Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, Red Pill Edition, right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones. And with today's topic, I'm going to get into this old succubus. So, the title of this video is going to be We Are Not Intimidated by Your Success. We are not intimidated by your success. Now, I wanted to bring this issue to the table because that old 90s shaming tactic is still around today. Now, when I talk about this topic of success, there are many ways you can be successful. But you get a number of these older women out here who try to hide who they really are under the guise of having a job slash career, an education, a house, a car. But what they don't understand is that you're an adult. You are supposed to take care of yourself. Now, the reason why a number of these older women speak the way they do is because they don't have a man in their life and they gave the best years of their life to undesirable men. And some of these men had sex with them, charmed them, got them pregnant, and they left the scene. But this older woman, when she was younger, didn't know any better. But she kept on repeating the process over and over and over again, and she never learned from her mistakes because, in her mind, she was doing the right thing when it came to a man. But after a while, you become a retread. So what she did was go to school. She got an education. She got a career. She may have gotten a high-profile position. But what she did with all those achievements is she went out on a dating scene. She was rejected. And she thought men were beneath her. So she came up with this phrase that the reason why I can't find a man is because men are intimidated by my success. First of all, men aren't intimidated by your success. We don't care about your success. Because men, no matter what happens to us, we find a way to recreate infrastructure over and over and over again. We know how to make the world work because we know how the world works. We do not work when it comes to cliches to make us feel good. We don't call ourselves queens. We don't call ourselves divas. We don't go out here saying we don't need a man or we don't need a woman. We don't have to. Better yet, we don't call ourselves kings. We don't call ourselves pimps. Because the ones who are doing that, they're shallow. Men of character have integrity, personality. Men of character want to build. We don't care about the materials that women care about. So when it comes to success, many of women out here, or older women, take that rhetoric and they pass it down to the younger women. And the reason why they pass it down to the younger women, because they don't want younger women benefiting from marriage or family because they didn't benefit from it, because they didn't want it. They wanted to have fun. And then when time caught up to them, then they wanted to repackage themselves as a religious woman, a woman of means. And when I talk about a woman of means, then she wants to straighten up her character. But at the end of the day, this older woman still isn't grown up. And why do I say that? Because this older woman still practices immature activities. She wants to go out, still club. If you look at how she presents herself, she's still using the words like, I keeps it real, I keep it 100. The same lingo that these young kids use. Some of them still curse a lot. Some of them are going out here wearing the same funny colors of hair and lipstick and makeup that the younger women wear. And a lot of these older women are on social media, try to repackage themselves to get attention. These older women have post-traumatic stress disorder. Some of these older women also have an immature personality disorder. And why do I say that? Because something happened to them during their younger ages, and their mindset stopped at those younger ages, like say at 21. Well, what happened after 21, she never grew up after 21. Now that she's 41, 51, and 61, she still acts as if she is 21. But she hides under her so-called success based on who she really is. And a number of these older women have a psychosis. She defies reality. See, this older woman uses the success to try to marginalize any man that she runs into. Because this older woman thinks by having success, she has an opinion. She has power. But this older woman has been taken under the guise of radical Marxist feminism. And again, feminism was borrowed from Marxism based off of fake oppressionism and classism. But see, with this older woman out here, she doesn't see that. Because she believes that she's still valuable, no matter how many men she's been with. And see, if this older woman were really successful, she would have a man in her life. And that's why I always tell some of these younger women, if an older woman is not married or has a partner, don't take any advice from her. Because the advice she is going to give you is going to hurt you, not help you. You're going to be bitter just like she is. And you're going to be stuck with a vibrator, a degree, a couple cats, dogs. You're going to be stuck with having very little money, but you think you have a lot of money because you have a house and other materials. And with all that, you're going to be alone. You're going to be bitter. You're going to be a misandrous, because that's what a number of these older women are. And what they do, they met an undesirable man in the past, and they didn't learn from their mistakes. And they went on and on and on with that same mindset. And when they met a guy of any means, this older woman brought her drama to that good guy. The good guy wasn't going to deal with that because he has options. Meanwhile, these older women don't have any options. This is why they use their success as a way of life. See, as a man, if you have yourself together, you don't worry about her success because your success is going to go a lot farther than her success. Your success is actually made, her success is artificial because the purpose of getting a degree is to keep you slaving for a wage. Because a number of these older women don't own businesses. They believe in big government. Most of them are unstable mentally. Health-wise, they're poor. They didn't take care of themselves. A number of them are very bitter. They don't like any man. Now, again, I said a number of them. I'm not saying all older women are like this. But you have a number of them who constantly remind us that we are intimidated. Why are we going to be intimidated by the weaker sex? The only men that are probably intimidated or even impressed are losing men. Because, see, those losing men you can control. Why? Because they don't have anything. And the best way to control someone is for you to have all the resources and they have nothing, and you can utilize that to control the other person. But if you run into a person with means, as an older woman, because a number of you do this, you still try to marginalize that man with means. Why? Because you can't control him. And when it comes to success, many of you are giving all the opportunities because of the laws. Many of you have been promoted because of affirmative action. Many of you can easily get loans because you don't take risks by starting businesses. But I tell you one thing you older women are not successful at is money. Many of you who have gone to college have a lot of debt. You don't want to call that out. But debt matters. This is why a number of you don't have time for relationships. And many of you older women are constantly on social media just like the younger women are. Many of you older women, you talk about success, you don't know how to communicate or even have a relationship because you want the benefits of a relationship without the relationship because your whole life revolves around your job, around your family, around your church, around your school. It involves everything else but a man. Now, do all of you hate men? I don't believe that. But as a red pill man, when it comes to this older women, or older woman, and let me use the word modernized woman or Western woman who's older, you are the ones who have set the standard for these younger women to be like you. And you want the younger women to be like you. Because you don't want them to be stable. You want to control the younger women. That's why you want to utilize the abortion issue. You want to utilize that you can go get your PhD. You don't need a man. You want to utilize that having a family with a woman who is of youth and was fertile. You don't want her to have any of that because you're jealous of her. You want to compete with her. She gets more attention than you do. So you've hit the wall because of your attitude and your way of thinking. And you defy reality, and that's known as psychosis. Very narcissistic. You've basically achieved nothing because you have no man in your life. Not that you don't want a man in your life, you can't find a man. A man is not going to deal with your drama, not going to deal with your attitude, your behavior, such as bipolarism, narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, schizophrenic, post-traumatic stress disorder. A number of you older women are over-medicated. Many of you didn't save up for any type of retirement. And even if you do have some type of retirement, no matter what you have, you can't find a good man in your life because you serve no value to a man. A man does not want a woman who's going to be running her mouth all the time. Wants a woman to stay in her lane. He doesn't want a woman who's trying to be the man. But a number of you older women want to be the man. You think you have all the answers. You don't have any answers, because if you had answers, you'd be something for these younger women to look up to. But these younger women don't respect you. And other older women don't respect you either. I mean, I've seen videos where older mothers are fighting each other. I've seen videos where older women were cussing each other out. A lot of you older women are basically promoting this behavior for the younger women. They don't have anything to look up to. You have destroyed the behavior of your sons. You've destroyed the behavior. I shouldn't say behavior. You have destroyed your sons' lives because you've made your sons effeminate. There are men right now who are in their 30s and you can't even talk to them because these men are emotional. And these older women don't want men to be men. Because the more men they effeminize, the easier it is for them to control men. But they want to have masculine daughters. And see, this matriarchy or this role reversal will never work because women don't build. And women believe by having materials and they have an opinion, they have power. You don't have power. In fact, you're being used by the elitists to keep men who are average from taking their power. Because the elitists don't care about you, because if they did, they wouldn't be using you. And the elitists would be marrying you. And many of you who aren't marriage material, you put down having relationships. And it's a number of you older women who have also created MGTOW and Red Pill. And the reason why these philosophies have come up is because many of you older women have utilized the system for a long time and you continue to utilize it. And you believe in your right mind that men are the problem when you're the problem. A number of you older women don't want men to have standards. This is the reason why men aren't checking for you. Now, you have some of them who want you just for sexual gratification, and that's only temporary. But other than that, you bring nothing to the table to a man but drama, feminism, shaming tactics, and many of you don't understand how the real world works. And when we see these younger women out here, they're the product of what a number of older women have taught these younger women. So I can't blame the younger women for everything. I mean, these older women are out here doing the same thing when it comes to communicating. When they look for relationships, they like texting. Again, they like Facebook. They go on online dating. They like being Instagram models. I mean, some of these older women are still going to clubs. And many of you still have the hoish mindset. But you still want a man to be a perfect man. Many of you older women go to church. doesn't do anything for you because you're not living God's principles. You just go to church to say that you love God. And this black pastor or this white pastor, no matter what his race is, he's not telling you you're out of order. Because he's only using you for money. Because once he leaves that church, he has his family and he's living a high life. Meanwhile, all you get is an hour or 2 hours to feel good emotionally. And if you older women were that great, how come you have a lot of debt? How come you can't manage money? How come you don't want a man? Now, some of you do want women, but you got lesbian women who don't want you either. And when it comes to African American women, we always talk about swirling and they talk about Becky. Well, it's funny. Wanda Sykes, she's with a Caucasian woman. Robin Roberts, she's with a Caucasian woman. And the new mayor of Chicago, she's with a Caucasian woman. So with some of you sisters talking about swirling and the men doing it, and you all hating so-called Becky, well, I just gave you 3 examples of black lesbians who have Beckys. They don't want you because of your attitude, and you're too masculine. But overall, a number of you older women have hit the wall. And you can't run on your looks anymore because your looks have faded. And it's usually women who have a decent man who maintain their youth. A number of you older women will say, well, I go to work and I work these long hours because I don't have a man. That's a senseless reason to go to work. You go to work because you have a lot of debt. You can't afford the luxuries that you appear to have. You go to church because it's the only thing you have. Because in your mind, you've repackaged yourself as somebody worth value. But you can't erase what you did in the past. Now, what you can do is be transparent about it and admit it. But if you older women say we are intimidated by your success, how come you can't be held accountable? See, successful people, for the most part, when they fail, they go back to the drawing board and start over. We're held accountable. We're held responsible for our actions. But a number of you aren't, but you still say you're successful. Having a job, having a college education doesn't mean you are successful. Just means you got a credential to get a job, to slave for somebody. Successful people don't have to brag about their position in life. They show it with their actions. And being independent. A number of you older women have passed this cliche down to younger women. Well, we don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. No, many of you are weak and dependent. If it weren't for government, you wouldn't be where you are. And the policies that are made in this country benefit women. Again, this is why men have gone MGTOW and Red Pill, because we men know what's going on. But a number of you women are very delusional by saying you are successful. Yes, you've attained success by going to school, but you act like you've done something that nobody else has done. See, everything a number of you women have done successfully, men have done it 10 times more. Why? Because we build everything. Women just benefit off of everything. And you're put in positions because you're women. That's not success. That's parasitic. And if you really want to talk about some real success with a number of these older women, which they pass this mindset down to younger women. That's the parasitic mindset. Most of these women bring nothing to the table. However, they incur a lot of expenses. So at the end of the day, when it comes to we men, true men don't care about your success. Because the question that I ask a number of these older women, why weren't you a wife, a good wife, if you were a wife? Why didn't you take care of your household? Why didn't you take care of your man? Because the man didn't mean anything to you. And for the most part, you're teaching these younger women that men are just utilities. Men are second-class citizens because of your brainwashing that you receive from feminism and these colleges that promote hatred toward men. And you've been riding on that for years. And if you look at it, the policies that you've adopted have destroyed society. But what you have not done is been successful in stopping the philosophy of red pill and MGTOW. Because many of us, we are continuing to grow in numbers. And what you don't understand about MGTOW or red pill, we're underground. And I'm talking about true red pill men. Now, some of the success also with these older women, and I'm not going to say success, let me say if women are successful with their illusional power, it comes from older men who are simps. Because older men did not check these women at the door because older women wanted sex from these women. So these older men believe that in order to get sex from a woman, let me give her everything she wants, even if she's right or wrong. And see, this older woman has benefited off of the older man's lack of knowledge when it comes to policy. Because these older women didn't care about you older men. But you older men, you cared too much about her. And this is why she disrespected you. And I'm talking about good older men. Because when you simp for somebody who doesn't care about you, you corrupt that person. It's because you as an older man were corrupted as well. You told her she was a queen. You told her she's successful. You also told her she didn't need a man. And that older man can be the doormat father. Because a number of these fathers out here are hypergamous themselves. Because these fathers are weak. See, the father plays a pinnacle part in a family. He's either authoritarian or doormat. But most of these fathers are doormats. And this is why the older men who are my age are also doormats. Because they believe that they had to simp to women to get their attention. And all these older men did was give this older woman this artificial confidence, and she believes that she can control every man that she meets. Furthermore, she's the one who is teaching all of these younger women that you don't need a man. You can do it by yourself. And at the end of the day, this older woman hasn't been successful. She's been utilizing her so-called success to cover up her failures in society. And her failures are not being able to have a steady relationship. because in essence, she doesn't want one. And she's going to continue to be bitter. And she wants to use her bitterness to control the younger women. But as a red pill man, you got to stay the course. And you got to understand that as a man, you're the one who holds all of the cards. This older woman, we're not intimidated by her success because she has no success. She just talks success. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And one thing, guys, watch out for what type of content you put out here on YouTube. And also, do not allow women in your spaces. My Red Pill channel is all male, and I'm going to continue to make it all male because there are a rash of guys who are getting their content flagged for speech. Also use other platforms like DTube, Black Avenger TV, Twitch TV, Vimeo. There's another BitChute. Find other platforms. Create websites. Because they may be able to knock us off of YouTube, but they won't stop this philosophy. Because as a man, we're going to continue to create platforms to get our message out. Because at the end of the day, telling you men, do not apologize for being a man. And again, just wanted to put this information out there. Because we need every man to bring this information out so men who are coming up can understand what's going on. So I want to say God bless you. Once again, my name is Leon Jones. Thank you for listening. I'm out.